I've brought with me also 3 compliance gaps that we typically see out there, and some of you might also be nodding to them and have seen them happen in practice out there, unfortunately. The first thing we tend to hear is password protected spreadsheets that are being sent over email. And they are typically a solution that have been put in place for sharing contact details because, good, we said we should not share plain names, email addresses, phone numbers of patients in an email. So therefore, we put it in an Excel sheet and we put a password protection on that Excel sheet. But unfortunately, it's still not good enough because I have from experience gone out and tried to crack a password on an Excel spreadsheet. It's very possible. It takes seconds today to do this. But it's not just that the security is not good enough from this perspective. It's also because there are missing audit trails. You don't have the change logs. You cannot show who was actually inside this document, how that data was captured, and so forth. And that is a violation of both GDPR and ICH-GCP because you decided on a sharing of contact details in a spreadsheet. The next thing we tend to see is when it comes to actually recording the interview, conducting the interview. This is where Teams, Zooms, handheld recorders are being used as the way of recording this evidence. Now, what was important was the data source capture moment, which is what's happening when we actually do the interview, that we can trust that data. And we trust that data if it lives up to ALCOA and if it lives up to the requirements for computerized system validation. And typically, you would not see that Teams and Zoom have been validated and have been deemed as fit for purpose on conducting patient interviews, capturing important evidence that are being used under ICH-GCP. And at the same time, there is probably also no assessment on where is this data being stored, where is it being processed. So how can you then be 100% sure that you're not processing data, patient data from European patients in US? That would be a violation, or for the matter of having it in other countries like China, where they're also requiring where you're processing the data in that country specifically. That's typically not something you can get on the consumer recording apps. And the final example we see here is that the recording is being deleted. From a data privacy perspective, this is very good, right? Because we live up to the complete idea about anonymizing and minimizing the data that we're having. But from an ICH-GCP perspective, it's devastating. If you go out and you delete the recordings, how can you prove that the transcript you might be having or the snippets you're having is an accurate representation of what the patient said during the interview? How can you prove that it was not AI that just provided some snippets from a patient? Because you've broken the most important part here, which is the traceability back to the original time point of conducting the interview. And therefore, recordings should be stored.